Good afternoon. I'm with a woman who wears many, many, many hats, but we've just learned in the last minute or so that one of the hats she wears, actually her dad wears, is Lee Hart, who, a.k.a. George Yunt.
Yes.
And Robin Hart, mom, California Historical, Napa Historical Community Foundation, etc., plus Rabobank, I think, at one time, or something like that. Anyway, we just found that out. But today, Liz is, and welcome to the show, Liz. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Liz is the Senior Community Program Services Coordinator, but what we're talking about today is mainly Operation with Hope, Operation with Hope from Home.
With Love from Home.
With Love from Home.
Yes.
In its 10th year, and on December 9, we'll talk about where you can join Liz and other volunteers in sending packages. Last year, 5 tons and 1,400 packages went to our troops at Christmas time.
Yes.
So December 9, Napa Valley College, that's happening. All right. Liz's email is under her name, and let's talk about the program going back 11 years.
Wow. So this started in 2007, and it really was a response from Lisa Huntley, a woman who still works at Queen of the Valley. Her son, Mitch Ray, was deployed to Iraq at age 18, spending his first Christmas away from home. And Lisa, a wonderful mom, was in contact with Mitch and said, Mitch, what can I send you for Christmas? And really, I get choked up. I've told this story so many times, but it touches my heart as a mother, as a woman, as just a person. Mitch told his mom, if I send you $20, Mom, because he was an enlisted private, if I send you $20, Mom, can you go to the dollar store, get some items, extra items, and send them to me so we can have a Christmas here, because I'm one of the very few getting anything for Christmas. And that is the spirit that we still carry today through Operation with Love from Home. And that was started with Lisa and her son, Mitch. So that was 2007, and what happened was that the word got out in the hospital, and people just came through, and there were so many donations that within 2 weeks' time, without any planning or effort, just word of mouth, 134 care packages went to Mitch's unit. That's a lot of love.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And Maria Sestito wrote it up last year for the Register.
She did.
And where are these donations sent to? I mean, you must have a warehouse to hold these until December 9.
Exactly. So the program has evolved, and so now we send care packages year-round. At first, it was just at Christmas, and then 2008.
Valentine's.
Yep, with Valentine's, summer. But over the last 11 years, the need is year-round, and depending on the branch of service and where they're deployed, our service members from all branches of our armed forces are coming and going, and so we have found the need is really year-round. So what we do is when we receive the donations, Napa Storage Pro is one of our major sponsors, and they've provided storage space, and we have amazing volunteers.
No, that's great.
These folks, they know exactly how many of what we have where. It's all organized. It's all taken care of beautifully. So when we have a need, like for instance, I just got an email a week ago for 20 care packages. So those boxes are going straight out. We've got the supplies from the community. It's all donations.
So Trader Joe's is giving you some jerky.
I know, thank goodness.
And
thank you.
There'll be some volunteers from Trader Joe's to help you package all these. Must be wonderful to have that package line going there.
It is really exciting. It's really the fruit of our labor, of the community's labor, because it's all volunteer and it's all donation. I just feel like this program has an extra essence of just that special factor that also gets included in the box. It's not tangible, but you feel it. And when you come to a care package, it's simply day you feel it. You're part of something really special.
Sure. And who mails it? Is the post office helpful that way?
Well, yes, they are. Actually,
are.
Julie Burns, who is our postmaster, she's fantastic.
Good.
They bring the carts in advance. We used to take everything to the post office, like over 1,000 care packages.
So we're going to Afghanistan, we're going to Iran, and
we go everywhere.
Many countries.
Many countries. Any place that's in a combat zone or a remote region or supporting region where they don't have access to the goods and the support that they need. And there's a lot of areas, regions of Africa, along Asia. So they go worldwide.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's get into part 2.
Yeah.
This is really important to you as well, and it ties in with our troops.
Yes. So this is called Homefront, and Homefront is really, it came out of Operation with Love from Home because I was a caregiver of a combat vet, and I saw the wives and the husbands and the family members and friends who are also trying to support their veteran or somebody who's active duty and deployed or stationed who's under a lot of stress, combat stress, or transitional stress because they're no longer in the military and they're trying to transition into civilian life. It's incredible. It's a lot to carry. And so as the family or friend, you want to help, but you don't know how to help. When somebody's struggling silently and they're keeping it to themselves.
Mentally,
Yeah, mentally. It could be, just that stress. We've heard of post-traumatic stress. Post-traumatic combat stress is another element. Pretty traumatic, right, if you're in combat. And then there's traumatic brain injuries, and you compound those, and there is many things that can come out of that. There's everything from bipolar, bipolar, manic depression. There's a lot of severity to mild.
This can last many years.
This can often last a lifetime. So, and it's manageable. The service member can manage it with the right support in the right environment. But that support is often on the shoulders of the family and friends, right? Those who are closest to them. But how do we, as family and friends, because we haven't been there, we can't completely relate, how do we support somebody in that position? So Homefront Napa, it helps with that.
And
so,
it meets?
So this meets on the third Wednesday of every month. So, third Wednesday of the month at Napa Valley College in the library from 6 o'clock to 7:30. It's a partnership with Mentis, formerly known as Family Services Napa Valley. A licensed psychologist, Catherine Mahler, facilitates the group. So it's a peer-to-peer support, and we've got moms, dads, sisters, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends. We've got an eclectic group of support for our veterans and service members that come together. We talk about what we're facing. Dr. Mahler gives us really good tips. We share advice and tips with each other, and it's a confidential, judgment-free space. We provide helpful tools and resources so people can get more help. They can get the counseling, family counseling, or couples counseling, or individual counseling. We connect people and help them facilitate the process of what the VA program offers. There's a VA caregiver program. It doesn't give that behavioral health or that emotional support, but they do offer money, a stipend for the caregiver if you're caring for somebody who's receiving benefits after post 9/11. So that's criteria. I wish it was before because we've got a lot of folks that would qualify before, but if they're post 9/11 service veteran and they're receiving some benefits, then that person's eligible for some money, and I want to make sure they get that because it's really helpful for them to have the extra income, and it really does range from $800 to a couple thousand plus.
Is there a lot of red tape with that, or you just persevere?
It's, there's a little bit, but it's not bad, and I've gone through it, so I want to be here to help people get through it. There's a great contact person who on the VA side that can help with it. There's modulars that you go through in terms of training. They partnered with the Easter Seals, so it's really good. It's very well done and screened, but I want to help people with that because that's an additional benefit. We said referrals to counseling, and then we bring in guest speakers also to talk with folks, so to provide that education.
Oh, that's great. It does surprise me that the VA is not as responsive or helpful as you might expect. considering it's one of the foremost facilities on the West Coast.
They're just overtaxed. I mean, there's such a demand, and there's not enough providers. There's just not enough providers to help these folks.
Yeah.
So people are waiting a month or longer to get help.
Yeah.
And their lives, by the time they're reaching out, they're at a breaking point. The veteran or the active duty service member is at a breaking point. Their family's at a breaking point. You know, marriages are at breaking points.
Sure
they kind of need it here and now,
Yeah.
and it's not available here and now. So, but
Home Front,
Home
all
Front,
right? And
yes.
it meets every third Wednesday of the month
Yes.
at
From 6 to
Napa Valley
7:30.
College, 6 to 7:30. You don't have to make an appointment. You just show up.
Yeah, you can just show up, but do call me. My information is there.
All right.
Call me and let me know you're coming.
Yep.
And I could put you in touch with Dr. Mahler, anybody in touch with Dr. Mahler prior to, and they can
right.
always talk to me. I know
Yeah.
I've lived it.
All right, you have, and we've got a separate email here, Liz in Napa,
Yes.
LIZIN Napa at gmail.com for that.
Yes.
Or her phone number, 707-363-0043.
Yes.
That's a wonderful cause. Now, you wear many hats. Tell us about a couple of others hats that you wear.
Oh my goodness. Well, outside of Operation With Love from Home. So right now I'm also working on the Napa County Holiday Assistance Program. So we are looking for a space to have a Toy Joy shop. So what this is that this is a collaborative effort. This is the Salvation Army, Catholic Charities, Toys for Tots,
Yeah.
Queen of the Valley, Centers for Volunteers and Nonprofit Leadership, our family resource centers, and what we do is we come together and we provide food, the food bank,
Sure.
food and toys for low-income families from Calistoga to
yeah.
American Canyon, and so anywhere from approximately 3,500 children a year receive this. I think that equates about 1,400 families a year, and so Toys for Tots, they do the
Sure.
collection for the toys,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
all those toys go through the Napa County Holiday Assistance Program. And then the food bank provides all the food, and they have donation drives.
Yeah.
So when folks see those food barrels out or the Toys for Tots boxes out, it's going to our families here in Napa County. We also need volunteers for that. So we have.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So volunteers for Operation With Love from Home on December 9th to
Yeah.
help assemble packages, and the 8th to get ready. But also be an elf. Come to the Toy Joy shop where we have all the toys set aside, and people can the parents can go around and select their toys for the kids and pick up
beautiful.
food, and it really is beautiful. It's really
Well,
nice.
we reached 25,000 homes in whole of Napa County, so
Fantastic.
I'm hoping that if you hear Liz, you see what she's offering, and
Yeah.
contact her and find out how you can help, how you can volunteer
Yeah,
as well.
and actually, I'm going to give you the referral for the Salvation Army here in Napa, Major Katina. Reach out to her. She's really the contact person for the Holiday Assistance Program. But they can always call me too. But reach out to her because she can tell you. I don't know yet where we're going to have our Toy Joy shop. We're looking for a home to have it. I think we have a place, but I don't know quite yet.
Yeah.
But we'll have more information. So when you see this interview, please you can call me,
Sure.
or
Okay.
the Salvation Army.
Now, the Historical Society has a
Yeah.
lot of room somewhere there, doesn't it, down below?
So right now, the Goodman Library,
Yes.
that's still under rafters from the earthquake,
Okay, sure.
is getting ready to open up.
That's wonderful.
We're going to go
Yeah.
back into our home. So you
Yep.
know I'm on the board of the Napa County Historical Society, which as I
Just
grew
like
up
Mom,
with,
yeah.
just like Mom and Dad.
Sure.
Mom and Dad have both been president. They've taken different roles on the board. I'm, fourth generation Napa. So
It's a
I mean,
wonderful institution.
it is.
It's-
We do
it's,
it does so much good, and
Yeah.
really continues to illuminate the amazing history and treasures that
And
we
it's
have
going
here.
to stay that way, because if it doesn't, it goes back to the owners or the descendants of the owners, so it could never be used as a retail
Correct.
source.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Yeah.
that was wonderful. Well, we have some surprises. This is only part one of the show. We have some surprises, but we're going to have a gin and tonic and get back to you in about 30 seconds. So stay tuned. and I just had a gin and tonic, and we went out there, and who did we find at the bar but somebody you may remember, a.k.a. Ernest Hemingway, but we'll call him DeMayor, and we'll call him Ed Henderson. We're so glad you're here, Ed.
Oh, kind.
All right.
Well, I thought you had gin and tonics here.
No, I'm not on the set. This is a school. This is a school. We can't do that. But welcome
to
the show.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Do
you have a connection?
Hold this under talking over. Well,
all right. He'll tell you when it's not in place. But you have a connection with Liz.
I do.
Marie knows about it. Is that all right? Yeah.
Sure. I've known Liz a long time. Was, I guess, when I was first mayor, wasn't it? We were going to dedicate a little playground.
Yes, in Bel Air.
Neighborhood, in Bel Air. Yeah.
After the Brooks.
That was many years ago. And I was so impressed because she got things done. And she still does, and does it even better now because she knows where to go and who to go to.
Yeah, thank you.
So I am pleased that she's a candidate for city council. I think it's marvelous, and I think it's her generation that has to step up to the plate. And she's doing it.
Thank you. With Ed's encouragement and guidance and support, he's such a dear friend and mentor, icon really for Napa, the city of Napa. How long have you been retired, Ed? I can't remember. How many years has it been?
I retired as mayor in 2005.
And we love our current mayor, but Ed Henderson will always be Napa's mayor.
Sure.
Always. He's always beloved.
The old gray mayor.
Yeah, right.
But they don't add. He ain't what he used to be.
He always wanted to be a comedian, though, so that's why being a mayor was so good. That's what you told me once. Yeah,
little song and dance, too.
I know.
Yeah, you offer a little bit of that also. We had a really special night last Thursday.
Tell us about it.
And Ed was our master of ceremony for the announcement, the official announcement.
Okay.
And we had this at the historic Hat Building. It was a beautiful area in the plaza in the back. My great-great-grandfather, Matthias Vandeleur, who was an Irish immigrant and stonemason, helped build the foundation of the Hat Building, the original. And so it was incredibly special to be there on the foundation with Ed, with over 150 people. We were hoping 75 to 100. Over 150 people were there. Family, friends, people who I don't even know, but were interested in hearing what I had to say. Hear from Harris Nussbaum, Elba Gonzalez, and of course Ed Henderson. It was really a spectacular evening.
It was a special night.
Yes.
It really was. The weather was perfect. It was just one of those. You're by the river. It was it was a Napa night.
It was. And the generosity, if I can just put a thank you to the Napa River Inn folks and the oversee the Hat Building, Karen Kaminsky, Sarah Brooks, Harry Price, they gave us that space and they supported us with the supplies, and along with Celadon and General Store and Aco's and Sweetie Pies, they all provided food. Luna and Hyde Wineries both provided wine. I mean, it really was such a generous evening.
That's the center of Napa. And I was asked to write a book on Napa after the one that your dad's in.
Yes.
And they said, where are you going to start it? And I said, it starts with the Hat Building, and then people walk up Main Street and they turn left on First, and every architectural building is listed there and described, and the Hat Building is just a fantastic way, next to Celadon as well.
It is. You know what I love about it? It's a great example how we can keep our historic, buildings and repurpose them, but keep that historic character and that charm and our history here in Napa, and yet also be progressive and build something new like the Napa Riverfront. And they can be built together. It doesn't have to be exclusive.
No.
We can do that. We can continue to do that in the city of Napa.
Someone told me you're still involved with Napa Pipe. You still have your hands in with some committees.
I'm always involved in Napa Pipe because I think it's very important to the city. We needed that extension of land because we were so congested, and Napa Pipe's going to be a savior for us. We will realize that in time. And I know people want the Costco there, but what's more important to me is there will be neighborhoods out there, and we won't have to congest our streets as much as we have now. So I'm very, very pleased, and I saw the article Keith Rogel had, and a good picture of my friend, and I'm so glad it's off and running. It seemed like forever. but it's going.
But we've got a time. You think there's a time limit on it?
Well, from what the article said, it was 2 years that he would be building, and Costco would be in, and that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of the development itself.
Just Napa Pipe.
I was part of the making it happen.
Yeah, good.
And I'm proud of that. And now it's up to the people to do something.
Sure, and one of the people that could be doing it is sitting right between us.
That's exactly right.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful too. Yeah.
Welcome and goodbye. It's been brief, and we'll go back to the bar. Well, it was nothing you said. It was just a time squeeze, and you get to blame Marie for the wrong date.
I don't get to sing or anything.
You don't get to sing there. Maybe next time.
Yes, you could sing. How about? Give us a chorus.
Give us a chorus.
What do we want?
Anything you want.
Oh, what do I want?
How about Our Love Is Here to Stay?
Give me that
good
old
with that one?
song,
Yeah, well, that's a great one. Yeah.
It's my pleasure. I'm just glad to be here, and you know I love you.
I love you,
and I know you're going to do fine. We just need a lot of people to get behind us.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's it, folks. We'll have Liz on another show when she is on City Council next year. Thanks, Ed.
Tony.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks.
Bye-bye now. See you next time.
Thanks for including me.
Thank you, Ed.